Hi everyone, welcome back to Chelsea Madison Evolution Healing for another new moon in Pisces, March 2026 in Uttara Bhadrapada update. There's a lot to talk about this month, so I'm going to do my best to focus on the energies. I just want to say I've got my hat on today. Everyone loves an underdog. I really feel like this is the energy that is needed this month. How are you feeling? What's been happening for you? There's a lot of themes around endings, surrendering, letting go. It is a new moon, but we are at the end of the zodiac. So there is a lot of releasing energy happening at this time that can feel quite pressuring. I just wanted to say before I start this video that this weekend I will be offering a special free event. If you stick around till the end of the video, I will tell you all about that, and it shares all the tools that I use to ground myself and brings you together in a community of like-minded people if you feel that that's something that you would appreciate and could really use at this time. And if you can't make it, don't stress, it'll be online. So jumping into this month's reading, we are having this particular moon in Pisces, which is at the end of the zodiac in Uttarabhadrapada. So let me jump in here and show you what we're looking at. So there are plenty of heavier themes this month, but there is also plenty of light. So before I forget, I just wanted to point out we've got this Kala Sarpa Yoga, which is, you see the north node of the moon and the south node of the moon. In Vedic astrology, and the difference between Vedic and Western is that Vedic, we use the sidereal zodiac that uses the ever-changing constellations that is based on NASA's placements, as opposed to Western astrology that follows the fixed placements of the signs that happen every year. So you'll find they're about 23 degrees out, depending on what, if you get your chart read between the two systems. Rahu is the north node of the moon, Ketu is the south node of the moon. If in Vedic astrology, we generally don't use the outer planets like Pluto, Neptune, and Uranus. But in this case, when we talk about the major planets like Mercury, Mars, Sun, Moon, Saturn, Venus, and Jupiter, they're within those two placements. So it's this point of destiny, uh, massive surrendering and letting go. There's that first and foremost. Here in Pisces, we're in the final sign of the zodiac. So it's endings, letting go. This new moon is in Uttarabhadrapada. It's the second last constellation of the zodiac. It's all about it. It's symbolized by the back legs of a funeral cot. It is the deep ocean, the deepest ocean. When you've got these water signs, we've got Cancer, we've got Scorpio, and we've got Pisces. This is the deepest. It's vast, emotional, letting go as we move on, and then we rebirth into Aries. And what's beautiful is that the very first constellation in Aries is Ashwini. It's one of my stars. That's a fire horse. So it's really interesting how this past 2 months has felt like we've been in a holding bay where we had Lunar New Year start. We had these religious festivals that came through that is about fasting and moving into this new energy. And then we've had eclipse season and all these heavy placements, like you've got Mars and Rahu, Mercury retrograde here. You can see it out in the world in regards to chaos, war, conflict, but then we'll also see it in our internal lives because every single one of us has our own chart and we're watching this play out in different areas. The beautiful thing about this is that this new moon in particular in Uttarabhadrapada, so I said it is the back legs of the funeral cot. It is the deep ocean warrior spirit. So it's all about trust, complete surrender, end of life themes. There is treasure at the bottom of the ocean. As deep as you are willing to surrender, the universe will meet you there, basically, is the themes that are coming through here. Here we've got Saturn's energy. Saturn rules this particular nakshatra. It's also symbolized by the ocean serpent. So that's why I put the picture of the Kundalini energy on this month's thumbnail or the picture for the background, because this, and anybody who's listened to Dr. Joe Dispenza's work, it's this where you meet yourself. It's like dealing with the monkey mind. So even though this is a time that's meant to be of new beginnings, there's a lot of endings going on. So it's not about pushing or forcing. Saturn here is about truth. Neptune is illusion. So we're dissolving illusions like we were last month. We've got this beautiful energy of Venus in Revati, the final nakshatra. It brings in artistic expression, compassion, forgiveness as we prepare to be rebirthed again. And when you think about birth, it's not an easy process. You know, you're in the dark for 9 months. And what's interesting about this too is this particular new moon is the very beginning of so it's the spring equinox in the northern hemisphere and the autumn equinox in the southern hemisphere. This is where we are coming into new cycles. This energy of releasing and letting go. I'm thinking I've got Lent in my head as well, and I'm thinking about Jesus going into the cave and then being reborn again, this energy that's coming through. So it's very difficult. It can feel heavy, it can feel exhausting, delays, things like that. But there is new light incoming. We've also got this beautiful aspect of Jupiter that has just gone direct a couple of days ago, where we will start to move forward. Gemini is all about communication. Purnavasu is the return of the light. Aspects on these themes that are going on in the world at the moment or in our own lives. The 9 nights of the Divine Mother is symbolized by this particular new moon that happens on March 19th at 12:33 p.m. Australian Eastern Daylight Time. And that is symbolized by Kali Durga. She's the goddess of courage. She comes in and she cuts the head off the ego. So we are meeting ourselves at this time. It's a time of meditation, of journaling, of reflection, so that we can set new intentions within, so that we can bring them out later. I also wanted to come in here and say that Sun and Saturn are combust, or will be in a couple of days' time as well. That amplifies this heaviness energy. But I just wanted to say that I believe it's on April 12th, Sun goes into Ashwini, which is this fire horse energy that I was talking about. And you will start to see things begin to shift again. So I think I've covered most of the shadow aspects. I've amplified these beautiful points of light that are going to be coming through. Interestingly, so it's all about awakenings, these shifts that are going on. I'm just trying to see, was there anything else I want to share? Because there was a lot of things in this particular video. Journal prompts. What am I ready to release at this time? What beliefs no longer serve me? Where do I need to rest instead of taking action? And what part of me is ready to be reborn? Rest and recalibrate, release what feels heavy, trust the healing process. I pulled a card for this particular reading. It was the Boji stone, and it was about aligning, trust, surrender, which is all the same themes. And the animal that came with this was the pig. And it said that when you ground yourself, abundance will come. So there is more light coming through. Now, as I was saying, this weekend I will be running a workshop called Calm Through Chaos. I laid my mother to rest this week, and what's interesting is I actually have a placement that is conjunct all these planets here in Pisces. This energy of this holding bay that we've been in, where we've had to wait 2 months to say goodbye. And she finally was released this week, all these themes. So it's really hitting home for me. But I remember that it got to a point where it was so heavy that I was talking to the community around me, and I realized how important community is on a deeper level, how these tools that I have are so supportive. And it's not about them magically shifting and changing things. It's just we keep grounding ourselves. But when we come together, it strengthens that and reminds us that we are here for a reason, that this is happening for us and not to us. And that this particular star, I should say, as well, is represented by the rain. So when the earth nourishes the ground, things begin to grow just for ourselves, that if we allow emotions to come up and out, wisdom will come through and we will be grounded in that afterwards. So this weekend it will be Australian Eastern Daylight Time, Saturday, 7 p.m. If you can't make it, don't worry. I'll be doing a meditation, Reiki, EFT, breath practice, yoga practices, and a couple of other delicious little things that I'm going to bring in there. But if you feel like you really need community right now, if you can't make it, don't stress. I'll put it online and you'll be able to enjoy that. But please leave us a comment, message me. I might even be able to set up some sort of a Facebook group so there's that community aspect, because I want to see, you know, us birthing and moving through this energy and all these beautiful things that you're going to be bringing in as we move into April, which is the beginning of the solar year as we move through. As always, I am a CTC practitioner, combined therapy cocktail master therapist at the 2-hour life transformation session. If you would like to make a booking either for one of those sessions, it's Reiki, EFT, hypnotherapy, transformative empowerment coaching, and neuro-linguistic programming. I also do deep dive clarity calls if you need some direction in your life, Reiki sessions, and Vedic astrology readings. You can reach out to me at any time. Please remember that it's important to make time for joy as well, that we don't always need to be healing, but at the same time, it's okay to rest and take some time for yourself. I see you. I am looking forward to coming back and doing the next reading on, I believe it's the 2nd or the 3rd of April for the full moon that will be in Virgo in Hasta Nakshatra. It's all about the hands and using the hands. I will see you then. Thank you for being here with me at this time, and I'm sending you so much love. See you soon.